We're going to be picking up where we left off in the last video, which is covered in ticks, the morning after having somebody try to break into the van in the middle of the night, on our way to the vet in the middle of Nebraska. Although hopefully by the end of this video we'll be in colorful Colorado with a mountain view, cooking some homemade chicken tacos in the InstaPot in the van with no more bed bugs. Fingers crossed. Well, the vet quoted me 75 bucks, ended up being 150 bucks, but I don't have to worry about Cassie having any ticks on her. We got some tick shot, so hopefully that will knock them off. I tidied up the van before hitting the road. There's a bunch of junk everywhere. It was a mess after the chaotic night last night. So now we are off to Sterling, Colorado. It's a 3-hour drive. I have a 3/4 tank of gas, so hopefully I can make it there without even doing a gas stop. I don't know if that's possible, but we'll see. Let's get to Colorado. And didn't even fill it up. Excuse me. After running a bunch of cheap gas, I wanted to run some of the 91 so it burns a little hotter. Potentially clean up some carbon for this next little bit of the drive, especially since I'm going to be heading into the mountains going up elevation. That was almost a full tank. That's not too bad then. There's not too much to see when you're going through Nebraska and getting into the east side of Colorado. It's pretty much just all flat land, so we trucked straight through. As you can see, it was windy as hell. It was pretty much just driving with the wheel turned while we were going straight the entire way. But then we made it to Sterling, Colorado, took Cassie out for a little bathroom break and took her for a nice little walk before I went to Santiago's to get the burrito that I had been waiting for months. Well, after a long couple of days and a sleepless night, we were overdue for a little nap, and now I'm deciding whether I should hit this Walmart in town before we head to the nearest truck stop. I need water, but there's a water fountain right up the road, so I think I'll just fill that up. It is chilly out there after the rain. Cassie. Ready, Freddy? So we only drove about an hour after taking a nap and head to Walmart, but that's because Cassie's been majorly anxious, as you can see by the continuous panting. So I let Cassie pick our campsite tonight. She decided to choose a rest stop that has a fenced-in dog park, and it's only 7 o'clock. It's not even 7 o'clock yet. I feel all right with pulling over. We're kind of in like a buffer mode anyways. I'm waiting for the mountains to warm up in a few days. It's kind of a cold front going through the mountains right now, so I'm kind of waiting for that to pass. And I'm not too excited to get to Denver just because the city sucks, to be honest. I grew up in a town with 2,500 people in it, so I'm not really a big city kind of guy. I lived south of Denver for 5 years after high school, and I worked in Denver every single day for about 5 years. So don't get me wrong, like I enjoy the buzz of the city, but especially being in the van, it just isn't fun. And the main thing is, I kept saying that I need to get somewhere where I'm allowed to be. I don't want to be stressing about having cops kick me out. I don't want to worry about locals being all judgmental and shit about the hippies parked in the van down the road. I need to just get somewhere where I can go camping for a good month or so and really decompress, catch up. I have a bunch of ad videos for TikTok that are very, very far behind. I think I have about 5 companies that are waiting for videos that are almost a month behind due now. But as much as I want to get up to the mountains and do some camping, I don't want to go up there when it's going to be 10 degrees at night. Just don't want to have to run my heater that hard. I don't want to have to deal with going to the bathroom in that freezing cold. So we're just kind of taking our time. We're going to spend one more buffer night here, and then we'll probably head into Denver tomorrow and do a couple nights of stealth camping in Denver. I just really hope that this rain lets up by the time we get to the truck stop in a couple minutes. Don't want to deal with a wet, muddy dog, and I don't think Cassie wants to play in the rain. Hopefully I can get her to snap out of anxious mode and burn some energy off by slipping her into race dog mode. It's pretty ironic, me being the motorhead that I am and the car enthusiast or car addict, whatever you want to call it, and then finding a race dog. Cassie's half greyhound, which are bred to be race dogs. Cassie, we like to go fast, huh? Goddamn right. Oh, Cassie. Okay, wait. Ready? Are you ready, Cassie? Ready? Go, Cassie, go, Cassie, go! Go, Cassie! Oh, did you step on a pokey already? Cassie did not want to run in the rain. She was being pretty pouty out there, but it's cold as heck. She does not like the cold, but I'm gonna give her supper. It's well past due. And then I might run in and use the bathroom in the rest stop. We're gonna fire up something on the TV here. The Xbox already turned on. One thing that never ever gets old is just seeing how freaking happy this dog is to see me every time I get there. There's a really sketchy hobo guy standing over by the bathrooms eyeing me up, and he's now walking this way. Watch out. He's so excited. He's so excited. Hi. Hi. I can't help but feel bad for I don't know if I'd call him homeless or a traveler or what. He just eyed me up in the weirdest way. I stupidly made eye contact with him for a split second and nodded at him. And let's do this before he gets any closer so it doesn't seem weird. Homie is consistently just pacing back and forth like he don't know where to go. I feel bad because he clearly has nowhere to go and it's cold out, man. We dozed off and got a much needed full night's sleep, and the plan for the day is to head into Colorado, swing by a Home Depot and fix a couple things on the van real quick, and then make our way to our stealth camping spot that we'll be at for probably a week or so and start our InstaPot tacos ASAP. Okay. Alright guys, time to get up. Just ran into Home Depot to get some ground wire, but I'm actually not even going to use it as ground wire. I needed a strap for the diesel heater exhaust pipe. I had just used zip ties to hold it up temporarily, just so it wouldn't fall out while I was driving. But obviously, you can't use zip ties to mount an exhaust pipe that is going to get extremely hot. So instead of buying an entire roll of HVAC strap for $25, I got this for $3. So Cassie happy to see me. The garage held up pretty well on the drive. The e-bike tipped over a little. The S14 body stayed on, which I didn't expect it to, but looks great in the garage. Hopefully sell that BMX wheel today or tomorrow. Watch out, watch out. Okay, time to crawl underneath the van, chop those zip ties and replace with wire. Universal sign that I'm in Colorado. Woo! Nice. So I got the exhaust pipe for the diesel heater all fitted, even though I'm not going to be able to use the diesel heater because apparently it's going to stop working once I get into the cold state. But the non-working diesel heater is a story for another video. Cassie had to sniff out every single toy as she always does, and she was feeling satisfied with getting a little doggy treat and getting back on the road. We'll just have to go straight through Denver and then we'll be at our campsite before heading up the mountains. I just realized we can see the mountains and it made me really happy. And also, I cannot believe that I'm seeing this right now. R8 at the camp. Screw Commerce City. I got my Beamer towed when I lived in Castle Rock, and they towed it all the way up to Commerce City, and it was like a $500 dealio. Don't go to Commerce City, it's trash. I've always loved watching urban exploration videos of people exploring abandoned places, and I really want to break into this place, but I don't know how tight security it is. It's the Lakeside Amusement Park that's in Denver, and actually it was a car crash at the racetrack, killed some kid, and that's why they closed it. An abandoned racetrack is right up my alley. If you guys would enjoy seeing videos of me exploring abandoned places that I come across as I travel, let me know in the comments because I'd love to do it. So we just landed the van at the spot for the night. We're here pretty early. It's like 2 or 3 o'clock or something, but it's a super chill spot. There's tons of RVs parked here for like weeks on end, so I'm not too worried about showing up here early and leaving late. But I'm gonna make some InstaPot chicken tacos. I really haven't used the InstaPot much in the van with the new batteries, so we're gonna give those a good test and run the InstaPot. Pulls a pretty good amount of power, but the sun is shining, so I'm not too worried about it. I got a big old jug of Santiago salsa when I was there last, so we're gonna use that as the topping. I got some other goodies to go on top of it. I'm so stoked to be able to have some mountain views out the window again. It's been way too long without it. The van is relatively clean after a day of driving. I have some dishes to do, but we're gonna do those after we get the chicken started. I'm pretty hungry, haven't eaten all day, so I'm trying to get this food going ASAP. And then once the InstaPot's rolling with the chicken in it, we'll knock out the couple of dishes. Shout out to Unlimitedville. Use code Dan if you guys want to get a hookup on the router. Depends on when you use the code, what kind of deal you'll get, whether you get free shipping or whether you'll get a free router. Deals change as we work them, but we're gonna put some stuffs on the TV and get some food cooking. So this chicken taco recipe is something that is nowhere near new to me. I used to make these chicken tacos like once a week, and I would cook a ton of chicken when I made them, so it'd last me like 4 days worth of leftovers. And I guess you could call it meal prep, but I would eat chicken tacos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for just days on end. Kind of burnt myself out on them, but I'm not gonna lie, it's literally one of the easiest meals that I could ever make. It takes one dish, you throw some chicken in the InstaPot, you throw some onions on top of it, you mix up some seasonings and you mix some water into that and you throw that in there. And I should have made about twice as much seasoning sauce that I did. That was a total fail. But you let it pressure cook for like 20 minutes or something. You don't have to check on it, you don't have to stir it, you just hit the on button and walk away. And then a lot of times I like to pour extra seasonings in with it and then put it on saute mode, so it just kind of cooks it and gives it a little bit of crispiness and kind of really, what do you call it when onions get like, when you cook onions? So it kind of like caramelizes everything. Oh, the good stuff. I'm so hyped to eat this. What the fuck are you doing, Cassie? What are you doing? Cassie's attacking me right now. We've been inside all day. I've been editing this video for hours on end. I've been doing voiceovers, and right now Cassie's currently crawling all over me. So I don't know about you guys, but I get pretty weird about raw chicken. I just hate the idea of chicken juice getting all over, or salmonella, or however you say it, whatever that is that you can get from chicken. So I'm always pretty keen about cleaning up right after I do anything with raw chicken. And I've been really stoked to have this water heater to be able to wash stuff with hot water after cooking with raw chicken. So before we go any further with making the meal, I just like to wipe off the countertop completely, first with the chemical spray stuff and then with a wet washcloth and soap. And then we're gonna pull out our bowl and we're gonna start mixing all our seasonings together. I think I used onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, cayenne pepper, normal pepper, brown sugar, I feel like I'm forgetting some, and cumin. And like I said earlier, I used to make this meal all the time, but it had been a really long time since I burnt myself out of it so bad. So I didn't make enough sauce, I didn't make enough seasoning mix. The chicken turned out a little bit bland. I like things to be more seasoned than less seasoned. In my next video, I'm going to be cooking a pepperoni pizza and a crab ragoon pizza in the mountains in the van. And in that video, I mentioned how I'm a saucy guy. I like any meal that has sauce involved. I like double the sauce. And the same thing goes for seasonings and flavors of stuff. I like my stuff to be heavily seasoned. You can hear that I got Donut Media on YouTube playing in the background while I cook this meal, and I almost always have YouTube going while I'm doing things around the van, and I felt like this was a good time to bring up a test right now. If you guys made it this far into the video, comment what your favorite YouTuber is at the moment right now. So I didn't film much of it, but right after this clip I realized that my electrical system was going to be having some issues and wasn't going to run the InstaPot, so you'll notice I pull out the Power Republic T2200 solar generator, and this thing has saved my ass so many times. If you guys wanted some backup power source, be sure to check out Power Republic. Once we got everything into the InstaPot, I decided that I need to take a quick trip to the store to grab something. I have missed seeing these mountains so fucking much. So much. Hang on, Cass. Is we getting the boost? Oh shit, went for a good downshift. They say with these Eco Boosts, you gotta get them up into the high RPMs every once in a while, blow the cobwebs out. Timer's going off, car's blaring. We're watching some Jimmy Oaks. This thing just did it, and it only lost, I don't remember how much percentage, but not very much. So chicken just got done pressure cooking, which means we're gonna add in a few more things. Can of Rotel, what's left of our seasoning sauces. We're actually gonna open up the fridge and get out sour cream and salsa. And we're actually gonna pour some of the salsa into the chicken as well, just for a little bit extra flavor. Stir things up and put it on saute mode just to kind of cook things together with all the seasonings and the tomatoes added in. I should have poured like some black beans in there and maybe some corn, but I don't know, I was feeling super lazy. It was like probably almost 8 p.m. by the time this meal was getting done. So now that the chicken's all cooked, the last thing to do is to put together a taco. Whenever I'm using corn tortillas, I like to use 2 at a time, and I like to put some cheese in between the 2. Otherwise, it seems like they just kind of fall apart a lot of times. After you heat them up, the middle of them just completely falls apart. So that's my way of holding some rigidity to my tacos. Another lazy thing is I should have pulled out a pan and warmed up this tortilla and the whole taco and everything on a pan and gave it a little bit of a crisp. But once again, it was like 8 p.m. I was just trying to get some fuel in my body after not eating all day. I was ready to go to bed. So we warmed up the microwave, and then we put our simple toppings on it. Some salsa, some sour cream. Could have went for some green onions or something on it. But once again, I was just trying to get some fuel in my body. But that one's it, man. We made the chicken tacos. I failed to get a good video of showing the chicken tacos with the mountain views, where we were eating them at. But there were mountain views. We were in Colorado, and we did make our chicken tacos. We made it to where we were going. I just ate way too much food. After I ate way too many tacos and way too much chips and salsa, we called it a night by cleaning up the van, throwing a podcast on the TV, and just kicking back and relaxing. If you guys watched all the way to the end of the video, put a smiley face in your comment so I know that you watched till the end. I doubt hardly anyone watched all the way through. This was a really long and boring video. I promise the next videos that are coming are going to be a lot more entertaining. We're currently sitting up at a ski resort in the mountains. There's been a snowstorm. We've made a fox friend. We made 2 different kind of pizzas last night. The videos will continue to progress as time goes on. I'm going to get better at filming, editing, and planning for the videos. So hit the subscribe button if you guys want to see the future content. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed this video at all, and leave a smiley face in your comment so I know that you watched till the end. Thank you guys so much for the support. I can't believe how well the last video did. If you guys didn't see that, check it out. Van life nightmare, covered in ticks and having an intruder try to break into the van in the middle of the night. It was an interesting one, unlike this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.